Hello everyone, and I welcome all of you to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. This is Pratik Srivastava, founder of Online Study for You. Friends, TCS free NQT exam is now on 25th and 26th of March. One good thing about this year exam is similar kind of questions are getting repeated. So friends, it is very important for you to solve the question which is asked on 15th of March, on 20th of March, so that you will be definitely able to do that kind of question. In this video, we are going to solve the question which is asked on 15th and 20th of March from aptitude, reasoning, and from coding. So all the memory based questions we are going to do in this particular video. Please watch the video till the end, and we put lot of effort here in bringing this wonderful content in front of you. Your one like will definitely motivate us a lot, and don't forget to subscribe. Now here you could see question number 1, which is from the topic problems on trains. Okay, so two trains A and B are moving in the same direction on parallel tracks. The speed of train A is 160 km per hour and the speed of train B is 70 km per hour. The length of the train B is 72 meters. Train A completely overtakes train B. In 5 seconds, find the length of the train. This is the expected question, and most of the questions were there from the TCS NQT crash course itself. Here, so two trains are there. Okay, so my train A, okay, and then train B. Both are moving in the same direction, and the length of train B is 72 meter, and the length of the train A we need to find it out. Speed is 160 km per hour, and here the speed is 70 km per hour. Okay, and the train A crosses another train in 5 seconds. One thing which you could see here, friends, the length is in meter and time is in second, but the speed is in kilometer per hour. So it is very important for you to convert this kilometer per hour into meter per second, but don't convert it here. Let's see. So we know the formula: distance will be equal to speed into time, and distance is nothing but length of train A plus length of train B. So length of train A is x, length of train B is 72. Speed, both are moving in same direction, so if both are moving in same direction, S for same and S for subtract. So we need to subtract the speed here. So 160 minus 70. So 160 minus 70, it will be 90 km per hour. Please multiply by 5 by 18, because if you want to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, you need to multiply by 5 by 18, and then it will be converted into meter per second. And if it is meter per second, and if you want to convert into kilometer per hour, then you need to multiply by 18 by 5. Okay, it's very simple here. And time is nothing but 5. This is what you have to solve. So x plus 72 is equals to 90 into 5 by 18 into 5. So 18 5s are, x will be equal to 125 minus 72. So it will be 5 minus 2 is 3, 12 minus 7 is 5. So 53 meter. So length of the, so 5 minus 2 is 3, 12 minus 7 is 5. So 53 meter will be the length of train A. 53 meter. So that will become our correct answer. Okay, for question number 1. Very good. Now moving towards question number 2. So question number 2 is point out the unique pair. Okay, so point out the unique pair. This is a question from the topic reasoning. So IU, GT, okay, PR, and here we have MP, and EI, and then we have CH, and UX, and then we have SW. Correct? Okay. So I is 9, U is 21, G is 7, T is 20, P is 16, and R is 18, and then M is 13, and P is 16. You need to remember the position of these alphabets. Okay, so A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and also I had told you, so EJOT will be nothing but 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, good. Now E is 5, I is 9, C is 3, and H is 8. And U is 21, 24, 19, and 23. Now, if you try to analyze a pattern between them, then what you could see here, 9 minus 7 is minus 2, and 21 minus 1 is 20. So minus 2 minus 1. Then here minus 3 minus 2. Here minus 2 and here minus 1. Here minus 2 and here minus 1. So here we have minus 2 minus 1 pattern. Here also we have minus 2 minus 1 pattern. Here we have minus 2 minus 1 pattern, but at this place we have minus 3 minus 2 pattern. So let's mark this as a unique pair, right? So point out the unique pair. So this is a unique pair where the different combinations are there. Okay, now friends, this particular PDF we are going to upload it, and that link will be given in description. Okay, so this particular PDF we are going to upload it so that you will have this question which is asked. Okay, so this particular PDF will be uploaded. The link is there in the description. Link is in description. So please download, and more data will be mentioned there, more things will be mentioned there, so that you have to keep in your mind. Okay, so question number 3. Okay, before question number 3, friends, I just wanted to tell you one thing. See, friends, results it do not come in a very easy way. Okay, for that we need to put effort. Either you put effort or the institute put effort. So we really put effort, and that too in the right direction. See, here you can see, thank you so much for your help, sir. Most of the questions were from TCS NQT crash course, and this questions was the one which I solved now. All the questions, coding questions, which coding questions will be solved in this particular session only by Ankan sir. So these are these are done by the student only. So sir, most of the questions were from the TCS NQT crash course, and if the questions are of similar pattern coming from the crash course, then definitely result will come. Where is the doubt? Here you see. So hello Pratik sir, first of all thank you so much. I have completed my exam on 20th of March. Most of the questions from the crash course, and the pattern was also the same as the TCS NQT crash course. Waiting for the result now once again. I said thank you, wish you all the best for the result. Clear? Okay. Here sir, I have done my TCS NQT exam study, but I did not able to thank you yesterday. Questions are easy to analyze only by online study for you. For your TCS NQT crash course. So we asked, yes, so our course helped you, yes sir. So friends, basically the questions whatever we have taught, the same question has been asked in the examination. Okay, and because we are covering each and everything, we are also giving you the mock test, full length mock test, right, as part of our TCS NQT crash course. When you go through so much content, okay, mock test, when you go see all the latest questions, we combine it, we solve it, so definitely you will get help in examination. Yes or no? So if we are doing that, and if you are getting that, then why result will not come? And that is the reason, friends, you see in 2024 also we had given a lot of results, and in 2025 also we are going to give a lot of results in digital, prime and ninja. But many other student thinks, sir, why this crash course? There are a lot of contents are there on YouTube. And why mock test series is not there? The complete content we cannot put on free on YouTube. So that's where they think that no, they should not do it, and they regret it once they fail in the examination. This 1400 rupees is just a very small amount. In college you might have paid some lakhs and lakhs of rupees. Here only in this amount you are getting the best course, and you are getting the result also. Anyway, it's up to you. So but I just told you, right? So whatever we are teaching, the same thing is coming in the examination. Okay, now so this question is, product of two number is 6845. Friends, see, there might be some difficult problem also, but whatever questions a student told us, these are memory based, so they were able to remember this many question, and that's what we have solved. Product of two number is 6845 if the first number is 5 times the second number. So second number is nothing but, second number is nothing but x. So what will be my first number? So my first number is 5 times, so it will be 5x, correct? Okay. Now, product of these numbers is 6845. So x into 5x is equals to 6845. Now 5, if you'll try to divide, so 13 5 ja will be nothing but 65. 13. So and 5 6 ja will be 30 and 5 9 will be 45. 65, 3 4 5 6 are 30 and 5 9. X square is equals to 1369. Okay, now friends, we know 40 square will be what? So basically we need to find out a square root of 1369. So 40 square is what? Sir, 40 square will be 1600. So this is very clear that it is less than, the square root will be less than 40. And 35 square, do we know? Yes sir, you have already told the trick. 5 square is 25 and 3 4 are 12. So the square will be 36, 37, square root will be 36, 37, 38 or 39. In between this. Okay, clear. Here we have 9. So 37, 7 square 49. It will give you at the end, with 9. 6 will give you 6 at the end. 8 will give you 4 at the end. 9 will give you 1 at the end. So 37 square. If you want, you can multiply also and you can check. 7 7 are 49, 9 4, 7 3 are 21 plus 4 25, 3 7 are 21, 9 plus 2 11, 9 6 3 1. So here x will be nothing but 37. Okay, you do not have to take minus, because one number is minus x and another number is minus 37, another number is minus this thing, right? So you don't have to consider that. Next, so they're asking find the sum of this number. So first number is x and second number is 5x, so it is nothing but 6x, and x is nothing but 37. So 6 7 are 42, 2 4, and 18 plus 4 is 22, right? So 6 7 are 42, 2 4, 6 3 are 18 plus 4 22. 222 will become the correct answer for this particular problem, right? Okay, so get this crash course. Even if you have 2 days, at least go through the courses, understand, and solve the mock test, and trust me, definitely something better will happen here. So friends, no section switching, only question switching is there. TCS exams will be happening at center. No negative marking. Any number of rough paper you will get. On screen calculator will be there. No question wise timer. Okay, so don't worry, question wise timer is not there. Section wise timer is there. Theta based questions are more than 8. If you submit one coding question, then you go to second coding question. Once you moved to the second coding questions, you cannot come back. And sectional cutoff. And one more thing friends, questions are repeating actually. So question pattern repeating now. Question pattern is repeating now. So this is a very good opportunity friends. This year you will be easily able to clear, because the pattern of the questions are repeating. Now question number 4, a car travels from point A to point B. So from point A to point B, this is A, this is B. So a car travels from A to B at a speed of 20 km per hour and travels back from B to A at a speed of 60 km per hour. Okay, so this is my speed 1 and this is my speed 2. Now they're asking what is the average speed. So average speed when 2 speed is given, okay, will be nothing but when distance is same. Okay, so they're traveling the same distance, so it will be 2 into s1 s2 divided by s1 plus s2, right? So this formula will be applicable when the distance is same. So A is also covering A to B, the distance is same, and B to A, the distance is same. So 2 into 20 into 60 and divided by 20 plus 60. So 2 into 20 is 120 into 60 by, here it will be 80. So 15 8 will be 120, 15 into 6 will be 90. Correct? See, you could have also, without multiplying also you could have done however you want to do. These are just calculation, you can do it, right? So 24 ja 4 15 ja 15 into 2 is 30 km per hour. So here we have done some mistake. Okay, so 60 20. Okay, so here some calculation mistake we have done. So 60 into 20 is 120 into 20 divided by 80. So okay, so this and this, 15 8 ja 120, 15 into 2 will be 30 km per hour. Okay, so 30 km per hour will be the correct answer for this particular problem. It was a very simple question, so there is no chance of doing the mistake here. Okay, now a man sells an item at rupees 7620 and incurs a loss of 8%. So when a man is selling a product at 7620, he is getting a loss of 8%. He is getting a loss of 8%. Okay, so what price should he sell? So what should be the selling price? So this is SP1, this is SP2. selling price so that he gain 14%. So friends, I will tell you the the normal method, and then I will tell you the shortcut techniques also. So selling price will be equal to cost price into 100 minus, if there is a loss, 100 minus loss percentage divided by 100, because we need to know the cost price. So 7620 is equals to cost price into 100 minus loss percentage, 100 minus 8% will be 92 divided by 100. So bhaiya, cost price will be equal to 7620 into 100 divided by 92. Now they're asking you find out the selling price if I'm expecting a gain of 14%. So selling price will be equal to cost price into 100 plus percentage of profit, and then divided by 100. Okay, so your cost price is what? 7620 by 92 into 100, right? Okay, now 100 into percentage of profit. So 100 into percentage of profit will be what? 140, right? Because 114 14% divided by 100. This and this cancelled. So 7620 into 114 and divided by 90. So let's use the calculator use karo khatakhat and get the answer fatafat. Okay, into 114 is divided by 92, because they are only giving the calculator in the exam 9442.17. okay, fine, good. And friends, one more thing I wanted to tell you. So advanced aptitude is easier compared to the normal aptitude, which I am telling you from the beginning also. Now here you see, I will tell you by ratio method. Okay, so what they are telling, if you are selling a product at 7620, okay, so you are losing 8%. So 8% means 100 minus 8, 92, right? If there is any loss, subtract from 100. Now at what price you should sell so that you should be gaining 14%. So if there is any profit, add it to 100. Now 7620 into 114 will be equal to 92 into x. Okay, so multiply this corner one, multiply this middle one. So x will be equal to 7620 into 114 divided by 92. Directly you see the same thing you would have written. So 9442 will be nothing but your, if you sell at 9442, then you will be able to get a profit of 14%. Clear? So see, you will be also thinking, sir, very simple problem is getting asked in the examination, sir. In exam I will garda uda denge, sir. Okay, very good. Now A and B invest. So investment into time ratio concept you keep in mind, because this is not a tough problem, and in every shift there is question asked from your investment and time ratio, investment profit ratio. Okay, here. So A invest 10,000, very good. A is invested 10,000 rupees, and what is the time? So time they are telling, find the profit earned by A is the net annual profit. Net annual profit means for 12 months. So 12 months. Investment by B 20,000 and time is nothing but 12. And what is their profit? That we don't know. That is what we have to calculate, the ratio. 12 and 12 cancel. This is 1:2. So their profit ratio is 1:2. Now what they are telling, so A gets a royalty of 10% and the rest of the profit is shared according to their investment. So total profit is 2,380 rupees. So A is getting royalty of 10%. Okay, so this cancelled. So A is getting 238 rupees as the royalty. Fine. So A got 238 rupees as the royalty. So what will be the remaining money? So 2380 minus 238. So sir, 10 minus 8 is 2, 7 minus 3 is 4, and 23 minus 2 is 21, 2142. Now sir, this 2142 will be divided among A and B into what ratio? Sir, 1:2. So how much A will get? Sir, 2142, okay, total is a 3 unit and A is nothing but, in that A is 1 unit. 3 7 just 714. So after the share, A will be getting 714. So what is the net profit for A? So what is the net profit for A? So A net profit 714 plus A is getting also this 238 rupees as a royalty. So it will be 8412 and 415 and this is 952, correct? So 4 1 5 8 4 12 and 7 to 9, 952 rupees will be the correct answer for this particular problem, correct? Simple problems are there. Now here, so a man earns a salary of 12,000 and is spent. So a man earns 12,000 and spent 68% of it. So what is saving? So 68% if he is spent, then how much will be saving? So saving will be nothing but 32%. So 68% he has spent, so saving will be nothing but 32%. So 12,000 into, see this percentage will take 20 off. So 120 into 32. So 12 into 30 will be 360. Okay. And 12 into 2 is 24. With one more 0, it will come here. So 3840. So 3840 will be the saving. That's all. Simple problem. This you could have done it in mind itself directly. This you could have easily done in your mind itself. See, more than the tougher this tough problems, we do it in the crash course. So if you have got the crash course, then no problem, that's all. So you do not have to worry. Whatever questions they're asking, simple, tough, average, everything you will be able to do in the examination, so that you know already so many people have told here and you are also aware of that. Okay, fine. Quadratic equation by, there are two, every shift there is one question from the quadratic equation. So if ax square plus 7x plus c is minimum at x is equals to minus 7 by 4. Now friends, so basically the minimum value in the quadratic equation, right? So for x is equals to minus 7 by 4, it is minimum. Depends upon if a is positive or a is negative. If a is positive, if a is negative, your diagram will be changing, right? Okay. Anyway, so at this particular value, this is minimum. Okay, so whenever it is minimum, okay, so this particular value will be nothing but, so at x is equals to minus b by 2a, right? So this function value will be minimum. So x is equals to minus b by 2a, it will be minimum, and here it is nothing but minus 7 by 4. It is minimum at minus 7 by 4. Now what is b here, sir? B is nothing but 7. So minus 7 by 2a is equals to minus 7 by 4. So 7 and 7 cancel, minus minus cancel, 2a is equals to 4. So a is nothing but equal to 2. So we got the value of a is equals to 2. Clear? Now what they are telling, whatever function you have, right? So ax square plus 7x plus c is minimum at x is equals to minus 7 by 4, and the value is nothing but minus 9 by 8. So what they're telling, when you put minus 7 by 4 x value, then the function value is minimum and it is minus 9 by 8. So what is a? Sir, a is 2. What is x? X is nothing but minus 7 by 4 square plus 7 into minus 7 by 4 and plus c. The value of c we have to find out, and the function value they have already given here, minus 9 by 8. Clear? Okay. So 2 into 49 by 16, okay, plus minus will become plus, and here you see 7 into 7, 49 by 4, and plus c is equals to minus 9 by 8. So this is 2 8s are. Now c is this side, so let's send other things on that side. So minus 49 by 8 and plus this will become 49 by 4. Take the LCM, so it is 8. So this will be minus 9, this will be minus 49 itself, and this will become 49 into 2 is 4 2s are, and 49 into 2 is 98. 98 minus 58, 40 by 8, so it is nothing but 5. So the value of c is 5. That will become your answer. Okay, so basically at x is equals to minus 2 by a, the functions, this quadratic equation will have the minimum value. So already they have given x is equals to minus 7 by 4. We know minus b by 2a. So a we got 2. Same thing we put in this equation. We know x, we know a, and then we calculated c. That's all. Okay. ज़्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाना है. See, if you use much of your mind, then what will happen? तकलीफ होगा दिमाग को. Okay. Okay, good. So I think till question number 8 we have already solved it. Now moving towards question number 9. The average of, so just a minute, I'm getting a call. छोड़ो यार, बाद में करते हैं, कॉल तो आते रहेंगे. Okay, fine. Now here you see, so the average of 10 numbers is given as 40. However, one number was mistakenly recorded as 40 instead of 45. What will be the correct average after correcting the mistake? So the average, so average will be equal to sum divided by number. So average of 10 number is 40, average is 40, sum of 10 number we don't know, okay, and number is nothing but 10 numbers are there. So what is the sum of 10 numbers? Sir, sum of 10 number is nothing but 400. Okay, now, but sir, what had happened now? This sum, whatever you calculated, there is some mistake here. What is the mistake? So sir, sum of the 10 numbers, whatever you calculated, no, there is some mistake, sir. So you have taken 40 instead of 45. You have taken 40 instead of 45. So remove 40 and add 45. See, basically you have done mistake of 5 only. You took 40 instead of 45. That means you have taken 5 less. So whatever, see, whatever your sum is there, 5 if you take, then no problem. And then you calculate the average. So sir, it is 405 divided by 10. So it will be 40.5. It will be 40.5, right? See, भैया simple सी चीज़ है. You took 40, but you had to take 45. That means 5 is missing. 5 more you take. So your sum is 400 now. So here sum minus 40 you subtract, add 45 and then divide by 10. So sum of this you know already. So 400 and plus 5 by 10, it is nothing but 40.5. Okay. So this was the exact question and it was repeated in the exam. This year it is happening. Otherwise TCS generally do not repeat the questions in the examination. Clear? Okay. Next question was there from the topic mensuration. So okay, let's see. So the radius of bigger sphere is 16 centimeter more than the radius of a smaller sphere. So your sphere will look like something like this. Okay, so ऐसे रहता है. So this is 3D. Okay, this is 3D. But in 2D, definitely we will have to solve in 2D only. So we have a smaller sphere and we have a bigger sphere. Correct? A smaller sphere radius, suppose R, then they are telling the bigger sphere radius is 16 centimeter more. The radius of a bigger sphere is 16 centimeter more than the radius of a smaller sphere. The difference between their surface area is 1408 pi centimeter square. So what is the surface area of, what is the surface area? So what is the surface area of a sphere? So surface area of a sphere, sir, 4 pi r square. Correct? Okay. The difference of the surface area is given. So for bigger sphere, 4 pi r. So r plus 16 square minus. For a smaller sphere, 4 pi r square. Radius is r. And that is given 1408 pi. Okay. See here 4 pi is there. So please try to take this 4 pi out. So please try to take this 4 pi out. And from here also, see, because this number is divisible by 4. The last 2 digit is divisible by 4. That means complete number is divisible by 4. So I can write 4 into. So 4 3s are 12. And 4 5s are and 4 2s are. So 4 into 352 is 1408. Now you see 4 pi. Now you see 4 pi. And this side 4 pi is cancelled. A plus b whole square. A square plus 2ab. 32r plus b square 16 square is 256. Minus of r square is equals to 352. R square and r square cancelled. 32 of r is equals to 352 minus 256, which is nothing but equal to 96. So r will be equal to 3. Okay, fine. That means my smaller radius is 3 and my bigger sphere radius is, so 3 plus 16 is 19. Now what they're asking? They're asking find the diameter of the bigger sphere. So diameter means this complete thing. So this is nothing but just twice. So diameter will be anyway equal to 2r. So 2 into 19. So 2 into 19 will be 38 centimeter. So 38 centimeter will become the correct answer for this particular problem. That's all. your problem is done. Correct? Good problems. Okay, so there are some problems which are good problem, but ultimately none of the problems are very tough. Okay, so you could have easily done in the examination. So problem का वजह ही नहीं है. Okay, a man covers 3 equal distance with the speed of 10 km per hour, 20 km per hour and 30 km per hour respectively. Average speed of the man in the whole journey. So now here you see average speed will be always equals to, so average speed formula is what, sir? Average speed will be equal to total distance. Total distance, average speed will be equal to total distance divided by total time. Average speed will be equal to total distance divided by total time. Correct? ठीक है. So here we have the speed as 10 km per hour. See what they are telling. A man covers 3 equal distance. 3 equal distance means, so this is my distance 1, this is my distance 2, and this is my distance 3. Distance, all distance are equal. With 10 km per hour, and then 20 km per hour, and then 30 km per hour. So you have to tell the what is the average speed. Okay, now friends, so what I will do, the average speed I will assume a value, because anyway it is d, right? So all 3 distance are equal. So I could see like here, you know, so this is also d, this is also d, and this is also d, all 3 equal distances. Okay, so what I generally do is, because you have 10, 20 and 30, so we'll assume a number which is divisible by all 3. So 10, 20, 30, 60 is a number which is divisible by all 3. Now my total distance will be 60 plus 60 plus 60. Sir, I don't want to do that. No problem. You take d plus d plus d. Okay, divided by. Then total time will be nothing but distance by, see, distance will be equal to speed into time. So your time will be equal to distance by speed. So distance is 60 divided by 10. So it is 6, right? So here it will be 60 by 10. Here it will be 60 by 20. And here it will be 60 by, you know, 30. See here again you can do like this. So d by 10, d by 20 and plus d by 30. So if you don't want to assume, don't assume, no problem. You will be getting the same answer. Please don't worry. Now this is 180 divided by, so this will be 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 3, 11. So 180 by 11. Further you can divide and you can write the answer. So here 180 divided by 11. Okay, so 180 divided by 11 will be nothing but 16.36 km per hour. Okay, now many of the students, what they will do, sir, average speed, so 10 plus 20 plus 30 by 3. Don't do this. Okay, so the 50 plus 3, 60 by 3 is equals to 20 km per hour, which is wrong. 20 km per hour, which is wrong. Average speed always we have to calculate like this, total distance divided by total time. चलो, very good. थोड़ा पानी पी लेते हैं यार, आधा घंटा हो गया कंटिन्यूअस. I rarely do editing in the videos. I always try to cover in one shot, because that flow only will break if you are taking rest and doing it. Okay, now here if you see the roots of the quadratic equation, so we have 2 quadratic equation and their roots are equal. Then you have to find out, you know, what is the value of a. So it's very simple. So friends, if your roots are equal, no, then b square minus 4ac will be equal to 0. So this is your discriminant. So if your roots are equal, then b square minus 4ac will be equal to 0. So here this is nothing but your b. So a plus 3 whole square minus, so minus square will become plus. 4 into a into 4 is equals to 0. So here a square plus a plus b whole square plus 6a plus 9 minus 16 is equals to 0. So a square plus 6a minus of 7 is equals to 0. Now if you try to solve this quadratic equation, see, so ac is what? 7 into 1, 7. And here we have plus 6. So here what we can do, a square plus 7a minus 7 is equals to 0. So 7a into a will become what? Minus 7a square. That is also correct. And here you will be getting plus 6a also. So a you take common, so a into a plus 7 minus a into, sorry, minus 1 into a plus 7 is equals to 0. Now here two values of a you will get. So a plus 7 into a minus 1 is equals to 0. So the value of a will be minus 7 and then plus 1. So these are the two values of a. And we will again calculate for the second equation, and we will find the value of a as common. Okay, so whatever common value will be there, so that will become your answer. In this case also, friends, so if the roots of the quadratic equation are equal, then b square minus 4 into a into c will be equal to 0. Okay, very good. Now here what we will do, a square plus 8a plus a square plus 2ab plus b square 16 minus 4 6 are 25 and 4 into 1 by 4, so by it is 25 is equals to 0. So a square plus 8a and minus 9 is equals to 0. Similar kind of equation. So 9a square and here we want 8a. So a square plus 9a minus 9 is equals to 0. So a, see 1, if you put the value of a is equals to 1, so 1 plus 8, 9 minus 9. Okay, so a square, so a you take common, so a into a plus 9 minus 1 into a plus 9 will be equal to 0. So a will be equal to 1 and minus 9. Okay, now, so here a is equals to 1 and plus 7 and 1 and 9. So obviously the value of a will become 1 because this is the common value in both the equation. So you had to mark the answer as a is equals to 1 for this quadratic equation when the values are equal. Okay, now friend, this is a puzzle question. I will go this side. Okay, so first you read, and this box problem is coming more in the examination. Okay, so first you read and then we will try to solve it. So let's take 1 minute of the time where you read this and then we will try to solve it. Correct, no? Pehle I am there. Chalo, now let's see how do we solve this. बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है, but not very easy also. So 8 boxes P, Q, R, S, T, U, V and W are kept one above the other. Each boxes has different chocolate among the following, Dairy Milk, Ferrero Rocher, Hershey, Kit Kat, Munch, Nestle, Snickers and 5-star. The information given above is not necessarily in the same order. Okay, fine. 3 boxes are kept below box P. So you see the first statement, 3 boxes are kept below box P which contains Nestle chocolates. So see, first we will write down. So we have P and 3 boxes are kept below that. See, here we have P and 3 boxes are kept below that, and P is having Nestle. Correct? Correct. So this statement is done, not required now. There is only one box between P and box T. So one box is there between. Now we might have 2 options. So P and T. So one box between P and T, or that T can be here as well. 2 options are there. Correct? Okay. Now what they are telling, this is also done. So we have already put it here. Then the boxes kept immediately below box T are the Kit Kat chocolate. So this is nothing but below the box T is nothing but Kit Kat chocolate. Correct? Okay. So here nothing but Kit Kat. So both the diagrams we are taking and going. Okay. See, anyway, how many boxes we have? So 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Total 8 boxes are there. Then, okay, this is also fine. The box kept at the topmost position has Hershey inside it. So the box kept at the top is Hershey inside it, and the box kept at the bottom has Kit Kat. The box kept at the bottom has Kit Kat. So here it is Kit Kat. Now could you see if you are able to relate? Aha. So this is correct. This is wrong. So above that T was there. Then one place left P was there. your problem only solved. Okay, fine. Now, the box which has Ferrero Rocher is kept below the box which has Nestle. So below Nestle we have the Ferrero. First time only I am hearing about this kind of chocolates also here. Otherwise I think this is what, like 90s 20s people are there, right? So now we have not heard about that. Is kept below Nestle but above the dairy milk. So this is kept below Nestle but kept above dairy milk. Chalo, very good, super. Box S which contains Munch. So box S which contains Munch, okay, is kept immediately below the box which contains 5 star. So it is immediately below 5 star and immediately above Snickers. Immediately above Snickers. Now, like this, do we have any options here? Yes. So I can only accommodate like this. So this is 5 star. This is Munch here. And this is box S. And this is Snickers here. Okay. So basically, if you will see, we have got a lot of data. So this is T box, this is P box, this is S box. So these are the 3 boxes. And box Q contains 5 star. So this is nothing but 5 star. Box R is kept at the top. So this is R. So RQS. Neither box B nor W is at the bottom. So U will be at bottom. So B and W will be present like this. So these are the 2 ways in which we can place. They're telling box W is kept above. So box W is kept above. So WB. So this is the arrangement of the boxes. So this floor based and arrangement of these boxes are getting asked in the TCS NQT examination. So you have to practice this kind of questions. So friends, here I think this is the last question for today which I have kept, okay. And now coding question Ankan sir will be continuing in the same class. So this video is definitely going to help you. At least few of the questions you'll be easily able to do after going through this, okay, because they are repeating the similar pattern. Thank you, take care and all the very best. And once again friends, just advice, okay, so if you really don't want to regret, okay, see what is a 1400 rupees is not a big amount here, but if you clear TCS 3.36 LPA, 7 LPA, 9 LPA, you think of that, okay. So that package that will completely change, see, if you start from a good company, you will always be going upper only, you will be always progressing in your life. But if you start with a startup and all, there'll be always a if and but. So don't do that, don't regret later. Get this crash course. Also keep following our YouTube channel. We are updating you with each and every small information, hiring, preparation videos. Thank you, take care, all the very best.
Hi everyone, welcome to Online Study for You. So in this video I'm going to cover some questions from TCS NQT 20th March 2025. Now before I start with this, I remember that I was recording one of the previous videos of this channel. It's there where I was covering the scope, the syllabus scope of TCS NQT, and in that video I had mentioned that you might expect questions from graphs, from dynamic programming, even from trees, right? And somebody, I think a couple of you had commented that TCS has never asked tougher topics, like graphs or DP. And I had clearly mentioned that time, that just because, it was never asked before, that does not mean that it won't be asked in the future. And you saw it this time only, that we had questions from graph as well as DP. So anyways, I would be covering here a couple of questions, essentially. The first one, you can already see it on your screen. Sum of prime numbers from 1 to n. Okay. So input, if n is equal to 10, the sum would be 17, because from 1 to 10, 1 is neither prime nor composite. So if you look at the prime numbers here, n equal to 10, so you get like 2, 3, 5 and 7, right? These are the prime numbers. 8 and 9 are not prime numbers, right? So if you sum them up, essentially, so 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7, you will get it to be 17. Okay. So this is exactly what we have to do. Now, of course, the brute force, because that if you look at the time complexity, I mean, the range n can be at most 500. So even if you do a n square solution, you are good to go. So I hope everyone would be able to do the n square solution. What you essentially have to do is, number one, you run a loop from 1 to n. You can also run a loop from 2 to n, because 1 is never a prime number. And after that, what you do is you create a function to check if a number is prime or not, right? And then from inside the loop, for every I, you call that function. If it's true, add it in a sum variable. That is what I'm saying. So if I write the pseudo code of this, is a very easy solution. So I probably won't code up this whole thing, but I'll come up to a more optimal approach of this particular question. Although the easy question, I mean the easy solution of this one is more than enough to pass all the test cases here in NQT, since the constraints are very small, right? So pseudocode is extremely simple. You take a Boolean function, which will be like is prime, and how do you check if a number is prime? What you essentially have to do is you have to run a loop from 2 to n, okay, and you check how many factors are there. You can actually run the loop from 2 to n minus 1 and check how many factors are there of that particular number. If there are 0 factors between 2 and n minus 1 included, then it is a prime number, right? And what you essentially have to do is you have to run a loop from I equal to 1 to whatever, I less than equal to n, I plus plus, and you will have to call this function, right? So if is prime of I, if this is true, then what you do is do sum equal to sum plus I. Okay, so this is what you have to do. Okay, of course you have to initialize sum to int sum equal to 0 at the beginning. Okay, so this is what you have to do. And inside the prime function, so I'm not coding it up now. What you essentially have to do, you have to run a loop from 2 to n. If something is a factor, then you have to immediately return false. If you want me to practically write a code, I can. So I equal to 2, so I less than n, I less than n. So essentially I'm going to n minus 1. Okay, and inside of it, what you do is, I can actually shorten this up a bit. Yeah, n minus 1. Essentially what you have to do, you check if it is if you have any factor of I or not. I mean, if you have any factor of n or not. So if n% I is equal to 0, which means it is a factor. If you have a factor between 2 to n minus 1, then it is not a prime number, because the definition of a prime number is it has 2 factors, 1 and the number itself. So that's why I've excluded both 1 and the number itself. It's going from 2 to n minus 1. If it is somewhere, you can simply return false from here only. Else, if you have come to the end of the loop, you can return true. So something like this you can do. Okay, so this is the prime function. You take a loop and you print it, sum equal to sum plus I, and what at the end of the day, what you will do is you will simply print the sum. So for if you are doing in C++, it will be C out of sum. Okay, something like this you can do, /n at the end. Okay, so something like this you can do, and the time complexity of this is O of n square. O of n square. Okay, because you have one loop here and you have one loop here. Okay, so 2 loops O of n square. Okay, cool. Tell me. Great. So now I will discuss a bit optimal approach of this. I mean an optimal version of this, which it's very common though. You must have heard. It is the sieve method of doing it. Okay, we also call it as sieve of Eratosthenes, right? So that is a very efficient way of finding out the prime numbers. Actually, so what we do there is, the concept is, we have a loop here. I mean, we have a array here. My bad. And this can be called as a is prime array or something like that. Okay, and what you have here is all the numbers, corresponding numbers from 0 onwards. Okay, of course 0 and 1 are not prime. I'll just reduce this. Things like it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is a Boolean array. Okay, this is a Boolean array. So if it is true, it means it is a prime. If it is false, it means it is not a prime. So the idea is, at the beginning, you will have to initialize this array with true for all the places. So at the beginning, this array will be initialized with true at all the places. Okay. So everything is initialized with true. So I have to do a lot of computations here. Okay. So this is all filled with true. Okay. T, 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 T at the beginning. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Then we will start making some changes. First of all, we know that 0 and 1 are not prime. So at the beginning only, after what I'll do, I'll change this to false. I will change this to false. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I will run a loop from 2 to n. I will run a loop from 2 to n. Suppose I am finding out the sum of, I'll come to the sum part as well. I'm finding out all the numbers which are prime between 2 and n. Okay. I can also do the sum together, which we will look at the code. You don't have to worry about that now. But suppose I want to find all the prime numbers between 2 to n. Suppose I want to find all the prime numbers between 2 to 10 or something. Okay. So if it is 2 to 10, then one thing you can do is you can increase this a bit. Just a second. You can increase this a bit essentially. Get 8, you get 9, you get 10. I hope I'm not moving completely out of my screen. But okay. So the idea is everything is of course marked with true at the beginning, as I said. After that, 0 and 1 have been marked as false. Okay. Now the idea here is you take a loop from 2 to n. Okay, so you will run a for loop from 2 to n. Hear me properly. You will run a for loop from 2 to n. Okay, and if 2 is a prime number, so starting from 2, starting from 2. So 2 is a prime number, we know, right? So all the multiples of 2 will not be a prime number. All the multiples of 2 will not be a prime number. So for all the multiples of 2, I am going to change all of the multiples of 2 in this array to false. Because if 2 is a prime number, 4, 6, 8 can never be a prime number. Okay, so in this array, I'm going to change 4 to false. 2 into 2 is 4. 2 into 3 is 6. I'm going to change this to false. 2 into 4 is 8. I'm going to change this to false as well. 2 into 5 is 10. I'm going to change this to false as well. Okay. So already we see 0, 1, 4, 6, 8, 10 has been marked as false. Okay. So the computation for 2 is over. Next on the list is 3. Same thing I'm going to do for 3. 3 is a prime number. So all the multiples of 3 are also not prime. So for 3, I'm going to mark for 6. 6 is already marked. Interesting observation that 6 is already marked. 9 also is will also not be a prime number. I have to mark it as false. Okay. Okay. For 4, I again don't have to do it because essentially it's marked as false. All of the stuff. Yeah, 5 is already done, and yeah, we are done. So all the numbers who are essentially true here will be your prime numbers between 2 and 10. So see what are the numbers which are true here. So 2 is true, 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, 7 is a prime number. You add them out, it will be 17. So this is the sieve method of doing. Okay, this is a sieve method of doing. Okay. Now, while doing this, I can also calculate the sum. It's very easy. Let's look at the code. It's all will be really easy to you guys. Look. So first of all, you have a is prime array or a vector. Okay, don't confuse. N plus 1, it is all marked as true. Okay, it is all marked as true. So why n plus 1? Because it's 1 based indexing, 0 we are not considering. So okay, 0 and 1 are of course false because 0 and 1 are not prime. Then we are going to take a loop from 2 to n. And if a number is prime, so 2 is prime, all the multiples of 2 will be marked as false. Because if something is a prime, all the multiples of it will be marked as false. One extra thing is, since in the question has asked you to find the sum, you just have to add just one extra line here, sum plus equal to I. Okay, sum plus equal to I, why? Because I know that is prime. Okay, if is prime means what? Is prime equal to true? Same thing, right? Is prime equal to true is same as this. So if I is a prime number, you just add it. So get all the prime numbers. And the next step, after that, all of its multiples will be marked as false. And whenever it's marked as false, you know that wherever is the next step, I will be continuing to add all the prime numbers here. Okay. And at the end of the day, I will get something like this, where I would have already added 2, 3, 5 and 7 whenever I would have reached here, because if it would have been n to 10, so it will be from 2 to 10, right? And at some point of time I would have checked if is prime of 5 is true or not. Yeah, it is true, so I would have at 5. If is prime of 7 is true or not, I would have added 7. So 2, 3, 5, 7. So like that, we would have got 17 here. I have to return 17. That would be an answer. You can run this, and if you pass 10, it will be 17. Okay. So like that, we have to do it. Now, the previous time complexity was n squared. The time complexity of this approach is n log n. So there are mathematical proofs of this. You can definitely read more about it. But I'll give you one important observation of this. It is n log n. Okay. One important observation I will give you here. Okay. This loop now, we are doing a j equal to I by 2, I multiplied by 2. Even I would, if I do instead of I multiplied by 2, right? Because I need to go for all the multiples of prime numbers has to be false. Okay. Instead of going from 2i, if I start from I square, then also my solution would be completely fine. Okay. If I run this, it is still fine. Okay, why? But one interesting observation is this can further be optimized to I squared to n. So this is a square root of n, square root of n to n. So that's why the log is coming here. If you see, that is a small hint. But again, there are mathematical proofs of this which you can see. But the idea here is why I square will work. It's because if you noticed at this particular example, what I did, whenever I marked all the multiples of 2, the prime number, whenever I marked all the multiples of 2, I had marked what? 4, 6, 8 as false. 4, 6, 8 and 10 as false. Okay. Now for 3, then I went to 3. For 3, I do not need to start from 6. I do not need to start from 2i, 2 multiplied by I. I do not need to start from 6. Rather, it's completely fine if I start from I square, which is 9. Why? Because this 6 is already taken care of by 2. When I had marked all the multiples of 2 as false, I had marked 4, 6, 8 and 10. So 6 was already taken care of before. So this would be held true for all possible values of n. So essentially, when you do for I equal to 3, you can easily start from I square instead of starting from 2i. So that is one small optimization here as well. Okay, because 6 would have already been taken care of. 2i is 2 into 3, 6 must have already been taken care of by its previous prime number. Okay, by one of its previous prime numbers. Okay, so you can easily start from I square. So this is essentially log n then. And you get n log n, but yeah, you can definitely read more about it. But sieve is a very powerful method. Okay, yeah, and the Java code is also similar, so it's exactly similar. So you mark everything as true at the beginning. This is also same. Again, 2 multiplied by I. This will also work with I multiplied by I as well. Okay, this is exactly the same. Just take a number, enter a number, and that is how it would be. If you run this. So you get 10 and you get 17. Okay. So these small optimizations matter. I mean, it doesn't matter for this exam, but yeah, I just told you this method because this would be helpful for you somewhere down the line in the future. Okay. Sieve of Eratosthenes is a very important method. But anyways, I'll come down to the next question. For TCS NQT, you can have a look. So this is a graph which I had drawn. So this is the next question was shortest. You have to find the shortest path in a graph. Okay, from source to destination in a DAG. DAG means a directed acyclic graph. Okay, DAG means a directed acyclic graph. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I hope it was the directed acyclic graph. So if you know it's a directed acyclic graph, so there is a small issue here in this diagram. So whenever somebody sees directed acyclic graph, it has to be directed. So always give these pointers. So 0 to 1. And 1, 2, 3 as per my my diagram, and it was like 3 to 4, 0 to 2, 2 to 4. Essentially, I mean this algorithm works for both the directed as well as undirected, but I guess in your exam it was directed acyclic graph. So this can be solved in two ways then. Essentially, one of the ways is of course Dijkstra's algorithm, but the other way is, I guess, topological sort. Like since this is directed acyclic graph, you can solve this with topological sort plus relaxation as well, right? But in this video, I'm covering the Dijkstra algorithm, since I mean, this method, topological sort plus relaxation, is the more optimal one if you look at it that way. But in this video, I'm covering the Dijkstra's algorithm because that is much more straightforward for you guys to understand, because this algorithm is readily available on the internet. So if you essentially copy paste the algorithm, you know, I mean, you would be able to solve this particular problem. Right, so it's very, very straightforward, but here you need to do some tweaks in the normal topological sort algorithm. So I'll be discussing this one for this video. Okay. All right. So I'll just be discussing this one. Okay. All right. Right. So let's continue. So this is a directed acyclic graph. So hence you see that this would be the adjacency list representation of it. If you don't know about the adjacency list representation of it, I've covered this very well. I've covered this algorithm very well in the course. So a graph can be represented in two ways. One is in the form of a matrix, which is the adjacency matrix way. And the other thing is, of course, the adjacency list way. Okay, so this is the adjacency list way, which we are going to follow. This is what we follow in most of the graph questions, as in more cases it's a bit more optimal than the adjacency matrix approach. Okay, so what does this represent? So it's very easy to understand. So this is a directed acyclic graph. Okay, although this algorithm works for undirected graphs as well, just to know. Okay, by a very small tweak you can make this, by just one line addition, you can make this completely working for the undirected graphs as well. But for us in our exam, I think it was directed acyclic graph. Anyways, works for good. The Dijkstra algorithm only fails if we have negative edges, which we didn't have in our exam, right? All the edges were positive. Okay, negative edges means these edges, right? 2, 3, 2, 4, they are all positive. If in case it was negative, then this algorithm would have failed. Okay, but we don't need to worry about it. So the Dijkstra algorithm will work for directed as well as undirected graphs, right? Great. But this is the adjacency list representation. We have the adjacency matrix representation and the adjacency list representation. We're going to go ahead with the adjacency list representation. If you don't know any of this, please watch some videos. For now, I'll continue with this. Okay, so what does this mean? What does this and this mean? Okay, from 0 to 1, I have a edge of 2. For 0 to 1, I have a distance of 2. Essentially, this is shortest path, so you can term this as the distance. 0 to 1, I have a distance of 2. So from 0, this is the node. These are all the nodes, and these are all the edges and their corresponding distances. So from 0 to 1, the distance is 2. 0 to 1, the distance is 2. So it's written in this way, right? Node colon, we have the 2 node and the distance. Okay, so it's written in this way. It's written in this way. Okay, so from node to node, then the distance is written in that way. So 0 to 1, I have a distance of 2. 0 to 2, I have a distance of 3. So 0 to 2, I have a distance of 3. 1 to 3, I have a distance of 3. 1 to 3, I have a distance of 3. 2 to 4, I have a distance of 2. 2 to 4, I have a distance of 2. 3 to 4, I have a distance of 4. 3 to 4, I have a distance of 4. So like this is the normal adjacency list representation. If you don't know, please watch a video, but okay, I'm explaining it in this video. It's very easy to write adjacency list representation. We are of course going to discuss it in the code, right? But for now, let's discuss the Dijkstra algorithm. So the Dijkstra algorithm is you can do it with a set, or you can also do it with a priority queue. In this question, I'm going to do it with a priority queue. Now you tell me, which priority queue should I use here? It's a min heap or a max heap? Should I use a min heap or should I use a max heap? We should use a min heap. Why? Because I need to find out the shortest distance, right? So if a shortest distance I know, min heap, the top element of the min heap is always the smallest. So I need to use that property, right? So I have to use the min heap here. And other than that, I have to maintain a distance array. In fact, I have to maintain two arrays essentially. One would be the distance array, which would store the final distances of all the nodes from the source to the node. And so you'll have this, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it'll be like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So distance of 0 to 0 is always 0. Others you can just mark it as infinity at the beginning. Okay, because I need to find out the shortest distance, and anyhow, whenever you do these kind of problems, finding out the minimum, you initialize with the int max value. That's what I'm doing here. Okay, other than that, we also need a parent array, but this parent array is really easy to understand. So here we are going to store the parents of all the corresponding nodes. Okay, what is the parent array? I'll come to at the end. It's very easy to understand. For example, 2 is the parent of 4. If you can go from 2 to 4, 2 is the parent of 4. If you can go from 0 to 2, 0 is the parent of 2. If you can go from 1 to 3, 1 is the parent of 3. So the from node is the parent of the 2 node, all right? So we're going to maintain a track of this at the end. Why? Because I have to print out two things over here. I need to print out the distance as well as the path. So in this case, I need to print out the path is going to be 0 to 2 to 4 for this problem, and the distance is 5. Right, because 0 to 2 is 3, 2 to 4 is 2, 3 plus 2 is 5. This is the shortest path from 0 to 4. You can check all the other parts. You can check this part. 2 plus 3 plus 4, 9 is more. Yeah, so we have 2 paths, but yeah, so this is the shortest one. But anyways, let's 0 to 2 to 4, this is the shortest path. Anyways, let's start with the algorithm. I'm going to start off with few, and then you're going to get the flow. Right. So initially I have to add what? 0, 0, because the distance of 0 is 0. So what does this 0, 0 mean? I have to add it in this format. I have to make sure the distance is minimum. And whenever you take a pair in min heap, the first value, I mean, the min heap would be arranged that the top element would be the smallest. But top element of what in a pair? Because it's a pair, the pair of values, the first. Okay, so in a pair, it depends on the first value, whether, you know, it would be arranged accordingly, right? So here you need to do a pair of distance and node, because automatically the pair with the smallest distance would be at the top of the min heap. Okay, because that is what works in a pair. The first takes precedence. Okay, so distance comma node. Okay, I can write it here actually. Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. Just a second. I'll just drink some water. Okay. 0, 0, right? Okay. Do I have enough space here though? Let me just. Okay. Let's actually do it. Yeah, let's actually try to do it. Or maybe you give me a second. I'll shift myself to the other side. Yeah, I guess now it's better. You're able to see the screen in a better way, right? Okay, fine. Okay, so 0, 0. What I have to do here is from 0, what are the neighboring nodes? Okay, so from 0, where can I reach? So from 0, I can reach to 1. I can reach to 1. I can also reach to 2. From 0, I can reach to 1. I can also reach to 2. Right? Well, let me do this in a bit better way. From 0, I can reach to 1. I can reach to 2. Okay. What is the distance of 0? I mean, what is the distance of source to 0? Distance of source to 0 is 0 only because it's the source itself. So the distance from the source to 0 is 0. And what is the distance from 0 to 1? The distance from 0 to 1 is 2. So just put 2 over here. Now you see the total distance from source to 1 is 0 plus 2. So, I mean, source to 0 is 0, source to 0 to 1 is 2. So source to 1 is 2. Now you check what is, now you check in the array, distance array, it's infinity. So 2 is less than infinity. So you replace it with 2. Same thing you do for 2. So 0 to 2, the distance is 3. So total distance from source to 2 is 0 plus 3, 3. Right. Source to 2 is 3. So replace it with 3. Cool. Done. And whenever you do it, you have to put it back in the min heap. So the distance of 1 is 2. So it will be 2, 1. First distance, then node, as I had written. this form, right? Similarly for 3 it is going to be, I mean for 2 it is going to be 3, so it will be 3 comma 2, 3 comma 2, right? So first the distance, then the node. Okay, and 1 is already processed, so we can put it out. So now since this is min heap, which one of it will pop out from the top? From the top this will pop out. Why? Because 2 is less than 3. 2 is less than 3. So 2 will pop out. So 2 comma 1 will pop out. 2 comma 1 means the node is 1, distance is 2. Right? Node is 1, distance is 2. Okay. So the node 1 has popped out. Right? The node 1 has popped out. Cool. So node 1. Okay. From node 1, where can we go? One thing I know, that the distance of 1 is 2. So the distance from the minimum distance from source to 1 is 2. So that is given to us. But from 1, where can we go? Where can we find that? We can find that in the adjacency list. So from 1 I can go to 3 at a distance of 3. I can go to 3 at a distance of 3. I cannot go to any other nodes because you can see the adjacency list. Okay, now source to 3 is 2 plus 3, 5. So from source to 3 is 2 plus 3, 5. Is 5 less than infinity? Yes. So you replace this with 5. Okay, let me use a different color. You replace this with 5. Okay, and once you have done it, the distance is 5 and the node is 3. So you have to put 5 comma 3 here because the distance is 5 and the node is 3. Done. So 2 comma 1 is processed. After that you have the next node, which is 3 comma 2. 3 comma 2 means the distance is 3 and the node is 2. So the node is 2, the distance is 3 from the source. From 2, where can we go? From 2, where can we go? We can go to 4 only. So we go to 4 and the distance is 2. You can see it from the adjacency list, right? 4 and the distance is 2. What is the minimum distance from source to 4? 3 plus 2, 5. So you replace this again with 5. Done. So 3 comma 2 is also processed. Done. Now after this we have 5 comma 3. 5 comma 3 means, tell me, distance is 5. So source to 3 distance is 5. Okay, source to 3 distance is 5. You've taken this distance. Okay. From 3, where can we go? Where can we go from 3? Take a look in the adjacency list. 4. So from 4, I can go to 4, from 3 to 4, and that is a distance of 4. So now the distance here becomes 5 plus 4, which is equal to 9. So the distance of source to 4 becomes 9. Okay, but the earlier distance of source to 4 is 5 only. So is 5 less than 9 or more than 9? 5 is less than 9. So hence I won't change this because the distance here, which is 5, is already less than the current distance, which is 9. Okay, so I won't replace this, and this is also processed, and we have finished our Dijkstra algorithm. Right, very easy. So the final distance array would be this 0, 2, 3, 5, 5, and this is your final. So 0 to 4, the distance is 5. You can see here it's written 5 over here. So from source to 4, the distance is 5. Done. But one more thing is pending, which is how do you check the parent array? So parent array checking is really easy. You just have to keep a track of its parent. So whenever you made this list, so this it's better explain it to you in the code. So it's really easy by the way. So yeah, first thing what you can do is you need to take input of this. Okay, you just need to take input of this. So how do you take input of this? It's really easy. I mean, user input was not difficult in this problem by the way. So what you have to do essentially is you take UVW. Okay, source node is U, from node is U, to node is V. Weight or distance, you can use D here for the distance, and then you can simply take all of it as the distance, and then you can put it back into the array. Okay, you can put it back into your vector of vectors. Okay, yeah, so you can do something like this. I mean, you will essentially have this. So what you do is U, V, and D, you input it, and then you put it into your edges vector. Okay, this edges vector is nothing, it's a vector of vector. Okay, whatever is given to you, it's a vector of vector. Okay, vector of edges like this. I'll come to the Java implementation as well. But yeah, it's just vector of vector, and you just put everything in this form, UVD. Okay, from node to node and distance. So 0 to 1 is 2, 1 to 3 is 3. You can have a look. 0 to 1 is 2, 1 to 3 is 3. Okay, 0 to 2 is 3, 0 to 2 is 3. 2 to 4 is 2, 2 to 4 is 2, 3 to 4 is 4, 3 to 4 is 4. So this is what the representation is, UVD. Okay. Now you simply call the Dijkstra algorithm. It's very easy. So this is for a directed acyclic graph. Had it been for an undirected acyclic graph, you should have, what you would have done is you just have to add one more line over here. Okay, but I'm not going to discuss that here. You guys can check out. Okay, it is a directed acyclic graph. So you take the adjacency list. So your first job here is to form this. First job is to form this from the given graph. It's given to you is in this form. This is what is given to you. Okay, this is given to you, but you have to convert this into adjacency list form. Why? So that you can access these things, whatever. What are the adjacents of 0, 1 and 2? How do you get it? From the adjacency list. So that is why adjacency list representation is super important in graph algorithms. I've discussed this in the course as well. So first your job is to convert this into the adjacency list, right? So you convert it into this vector of pair of adjacency list. Okay, vector of pair y. The pair is this. Okay, so this is the 2 node and weight. Distance, whatever, 2 node and distance. Okay, 2 node and distance. So this is how it is going to it is going to be it. Okay, IT of 0 is your from node. So from node, and then you push back 2 node, and then you push back the distance. So this is how it is going to be. If you look at this, IT of 0, 1 and 2, IT of 0 is this from node, IT of 1 is this, IT of 2 is 2, which is the distance. So that is how we are going to just put it in the adjacency list. Very standard for format. Now we are going to take a priority queue. Okay, don't get confused by this syntax. This is the min heap. Okay, min heap syntax is this. Don't worry about this line here. Okay, min heap syntax is this, but this is not a normal min heap. This is a pair of min heap. Okay, so distance comma node, because I need to sort it. I don't need to sort it, but the top element of the min heap would be one with the least distance. Would be the one with the least distance. So that is why we used pair of min heap, right? Now it's essentially very easy. Okay, so I had discussed about the parent. The parent is used for retracing this path. So you also had to print the path, right? 0, 2, 4. I'll come to that. But first, it's very easy. Whatever is at the top of the queue, you just pop it. The second part would be your node. The first part would be your distance. So you saw I was popping out here like 3, 2. 3, 2 means the first part 3 is the distance. Second part 2 is the node, because it's arranged in the form of distance, node. So this is the distance. This is the node. Once you get that, you just loop through all of its adjacents. How do you get the adjacents of 3? I told you. How do you get the adjacents of, let's say, 0, 1 and 2? How do you get that? From the adjacency list. So that's what you do. Okay, so you just loop through all adjacents, and the adjacents are already stored in that particular node in the adjacency list. You saw the representation, right? If I need to find the adjacents of 0, I simply have to do ADJ of 0, and you get to all of these things. Okay, simply do ADJ of 0, you'll get to all of these pairs. Okay, first and second. So all of these are pairs. You get IT dot first, IT dot second. First one is the node, next one is the distance. First one is the node, next one is the distance. Okay, so whatever the distance was so far plus the distance, if it is less, then you replace it. So what do I mean is, suppose for one, suppose for this one, yeah, suppose for 3, right? The distance for 3 so far was 5, and then you add the 4 to it. Okay, for 3 I am doing. So for 3, 4 is one of the adjacents, right? So 5 plus 4 is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. Is it less than what is stored in the distance array? No, because in the distance array for 4, it was stored 5, right? So in the distance array it was 5, and here adding it I was getting 9. So is 9 less than 5? No. So I'm not even going to do this, and you saw that for 3 we didn't even do anything. We just crossed it, right? Because of that. Otherwise you just update it in the distance array, and of course you push it into your priority queue, as I was doing it again and again for all of the nodes, right? Okay, now one extra thing what you have to do is you have to do the parent of adjacent node. This is very easy. As I told you, suppose you go from 1 to 2. If you go from 1 to 2, the simple concept is the parent of 2 is 1. So if you loop through all the adjacents of 1, you get 2. So that essentially means the parent of all the adjacent nodes is the node itself. Right, so that's what I did. Parent of the adjacent node is the node itself. So that's how we are going to fill the parent array. And after that comes a little important part, which is very easy. Suppose from 4, I have to retrace back my path. How am I going to retrace back? It is 0 to 2 to 4. So parent of 4 is 2, parent of 2 is 0. So it's going to be 4, 2, and at the end you add a 0. So this is going to be the path. You have to reverse this. Get 0, 2, and 4, which is your final answer of the path. So this is what you have to print, 0, 2, 4. This is what you have to print. So this is what you have to do. First you have to print, get all the paths, and then reverse it to get 0, 2, 4. Okay. So yeah, this is the distance, this is the path. If you run this, for this it will be 0, 2, 4, and 5, something like that. Yeah, path is 0 to 4, the total weight is 5, as we had discussed. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so this loop is, for parent known loop is, you just go through all of the parents, right? So in this case, I start from 4. What is the parent of 4? 2. So from 4, I will go to the parent of 4, which is 2. From 2, I'll go to the parent of 2, which is 0. There will be 4, 2, and 0. But 4, 2, and 0 is in the opposite way, so you have to reverse it. It will be 0, 2, and 4. Okay? 0, 2, and 4. Okay? No node is n minus 1, right? Because I'm doing it for the node number 4. Okay? This is zero based indexing as it was, I guess, in your exam as well, because I saw there were inputs of 0. So you have to do it for the last one. So it'll be n minus 1. So this is what you have to do. Okay, clear? It won't be clear if you are looking at graph for the first time. So please, I know so many of you guys have told me that graphs don't come, but if it comes, it's, this algorithm isn't straightforward that you straight away start with this. First, you have to do like breadth first search, depth first search in graphs, then you can come to here, right? So yeah. Go over all the other questions of graph, but I hope this is clear. I'll also come to the Java implementation of this, right? Right, so the Java implementation is also similar, but you need to take a pair in Java. So you just take this first and second, because I think it comes inbuilt in C++, but not in Java. The other implementation remains the same. So you just take VNE as input, then you take the corresponding edges as input, normal array list. 2D arrays will work. And then you just call the function, the shortest path. In the shortest path, again, you need to pick up the adjacency list. So this is how the adjacency list is going to be. ADJ, yeah, you have to push V and W, exactly the same. Priority queue, again, this is the min heap one. Once you do that, you have the distance array, the parent array. This logic is exactly similar. That you have to go through all of its adjacents, get the next node and the weight. If the weight is lesser than the distance, then you simply replace it, update the parent, and add it into the priority queue for further iterations. Okay, and of course this path is also same, that until you get the parent, you get the path, and then you reverse the path, exactly the way in which we discussed in the CPP code. Okay, so this is your Java code. All right, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to meet you in the next video. But if in case you're attending future NQT, just make sure that tougher topics can of course come, including DP, graph. We might also have trees sometime later on. But anyways, best of luck. I'll meet you in the next